Woo! Wait, did it? Okay, the audio's out. Woo!
That was
It's
loud.
Friday.
Dang.
It was mad loud.
It was loud, man.
Oh shoot! Hey man, it's freaky Friday. Welcome back, guys. We are here with another. Look, every time we're supposed to be doing these streams on Wednesday. Okay, we're supposed to be hitting it on Wednesday, but it's becoming into Friday. So I mean, pretty much, I think we should just change to Friday. If we change it to Friday, what if we actually go back to Wednesday? We're like, okay, let's do it Friday, but then
Yeah,
all of a sudden,
that's what's gonna happen.
hey, I gotta blame D on this one. I gotta blame D on this one, guys. Everything is D's fault. You know what I mean? My cookies didn't come out good.
Yo,
last week.
he made some cookies, and them things look like MREs, which are the military rations, according to him. That's what those things look like. You know, Metal Gear. If you have never played Metal Gear has these rations, and it has basically like every nutrient that you ever need in a thing. But
and like one bar, and like one cookie,
because it heals your health, right? So, but that looks like it'll suck all the water out of your body, man.
These are peanut butter cookies, guys. So if you're wondering, these are peanut. Yeah, that's why it's so brown. You know what I mean? Woo! Look at that focus. Anyway, man, we are here back with another Friday. We do have some freaky Friday topics, or a topic that's kind of freaky. You know, stay tuned for that. But we talk about Ruslan, Hafeez, TLA, the lead attorney. There's some stuff. This happened a while ago. This video was posted a while ago, but we're just not, talking about it because we have some things we want to focus on. Are the roommates split, or are they just taking a break for other businesses? We're going to dive into that and give y'all our thoughts. And we have some other topics as well, but let's not waste any more time and let's hop straight into our first video. D, what you got for us, dog?
I got this not live, but short, of Adrienne Bailon. I don't know if people know who she is, but she's inconsistent. You know, her history is inconsistent.
Hold on.
What's her name?
Isn't that the girl from the Cheetah Girls? The old group Cheetah Girls? Is that her?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Very inconsistent, but she says some stuff, and she actually gets checked on this. So this is a short that I can. And it's
alrighty.
It's funny. Oh man. All right. So here we go. Let me know if you can hear it.
I'm trying to find somebody that I would marry and be broke with and still be happy. Like that to me is goals. But for somebody else,
you say that.
Hold on, can we pause it real quick?
Somebody who has
yeah, bro. Like they be saying the nicest. Like some ladies be saying stuff like that sounds so good, and she gonna marry somebody that she's broke with or whatever the heck. That ain't what she mean, man. And she won't even want to experience that.
Heck no. No.
I don't even want to experience that.
No. That's a lie. It's a
lie, bro. It just sounds good, and it sounds like you loyal to the bone and down to the barrel, but
yes,
ain't nobody going for that. If she could choose the rich one or the poor one, she choose the rich one all day.
Absolutely. But look, I think you're on point, because listen to what she says to her. I thought they were like good friends, but I guess a good friend would keep you in check.
Oh right? Yeah, 100%.
You know, the Bible says, I'm paraphrasing, but the Bible says it's better to correct someone whom you know in front of people than to love them in secret. So, if you have a friend and they're saying crazy stuff, and you have people around you, it's better to check them there than to let it go just because you love them. That's what the Bible says. So this was biblical rebuke in this context.
Financial strife, or is making you struggle in any financial way. I'm just saying that, like, it's hard to say that while you're in a comfortable situation, because he's independent with finances and so are you.
Yeah! They squad.
Hold on, pause it right here. Pause it. Do you know who that is?
No idea.
That is, I'm gonna get my lady on this show eventually.
All right.
But that is Jerome from Snowfall, the show. he's a character from the show Snowfall,
Okay.
and and the squabbling part, that's like something he says in the show, but not in a joking manner that he did it here. But yeah,
Uh,
that's he's from Snowfall. Snowfall's that show, man. It's really good.
hmm. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah.
start this over because I feel like we missed it because I paused it midway.
Okay. Okay.
I wanted to find somebody that I would marry and be broke with and still be happy. Like that to me is goals. But for
say
somebody
that-
else,
You
what?
say that, but you didn't marry somebody who has financial strife or is making you struggle in any financial way. I'm just saying that, like, it's hard to say that while you're in a comfortable situation because he's independent with finances and so are you.
Yeah! They squabbling out there now.
All right, this is just hysterical stuff. But she
Yeah.
checks her, man. She keeps her in check. Like, yo, why are you lying? You were married before. It didn't work out. You're married again, and you still acting crazy out here talking about some. The goals for relationships is to be with someone whom you would basically become homeless with. Like you love them so much that you become. Every time, man, someone has to trigger me every single time. Look, the only reason that you would stick with someone if you're married to them, if you would be that loyal to someone, is if you have a marital covenant. If you have a marital covenant, that's when love is exercised to its greatest form. That's the only time. It's not a matter of I love them so much and we're the perfect couple, so I'm going to stick with you. Bro, obviously not. You are out here grinding on public media shows, getting your money. What are you talking about? If a dude went broke that you're dating and you love, or if you're married to the person and they went broke, chances are you're divorcing them. Chances are you're going to start talking crap to them. Chances are you're not going to take them seriously. Go ahead.
You know what I think too? I think she might be saying that she wants somebody that she, I guess, will want to stick by, even if they're broke. So maybe not necessarily. So okay, yeah. This what I think she's saying. I think she's saying like she want to be with somebody that she. Dang, what was I about to say before? I freaked it up. Basically, what I'm saying is that she want to be with somebody that she would like, even if they're broke, even if they would be broke. But I don't think that she would like to be with a person that's broke still. But I think she's saying she would want to like the person that she's with, or stick by the like the person that that she's with. If they become broke, she want that character of the person that she likes. I don't know if I'm making sense, but basically, like let's say let's just keep it simple and say like the most handsome man in the world. If he was broke, because she liked him for his handsomeness, for example, but he's broke now, she would want to be with somebody that she would like to go with. You see what I'm saying? She might not like the situation that they're in, but she would want to like the person, I guess. I think that's what she might be saying. But still, if y'all in a situation, she's not gonna want to be with that person for an extended period of time.
Yeah, it'll probably be for a short period of time, and I think you're right. But this is about marriage. This is about marriage, and seeing the type of woman that she is, the type of values that she have. That she has. If you watch, what show does she do? The
I think she
table,
does the View or something like that.
the view, something like that. If you listen,
Something like that. One of them.
yeah, if you listen to how she talks, it's a lot of like feel good type stuff. But if you do a
Yeah,
little bit of
because
research on her,
oh no, so you go ahead and
if
finish.
you do a little bit of research on her, there's a lot of inconsistencies. I mean, man, don't even just do your research on her. This thing isn't about her. It's about women that say these feel good things, but then when it comes down to the real situation, they're ghosts.
Man, you know what too? Those morning talk shows and stuff on TV, bro, they gotta be careful what they say because they could get cut like for any little. I don't even know how they honestly. I don't know how they survive on those TV shows because
Me
any little
neither.
thing that they say, they can get got for. Like, how do you? I really don't understand the bars anymore, man. It's like I know I know certain things you can't say, obviously, like the talk about the alphabet community. That's gonna get you. Um, Most definitely, we know that's the button. That's the
Mm-hmm.
button.
Yep.
Tap that.
That's the
Yeah,
eject
you
button.
on that. That's the eject button. You get launched
Yeah.
off the platform. But I just don't even really get it sometimes, or how people survive so long on these shows because any little thing, or and is very dangerous out there. So I'm sure her things are contradictory because of that reason. On top of it,
True.
yeah,
But
because she gotta she
but
gotta act like she didn't say stuff.
but the thing is, the problem there is, I agree, and the issue is if you can compromise your values to say stuff like that on
Mm-hmm.
TV,
Ah,
ah,
ah.
that's all kinds of red flags, man. The one of the
Okay.
Maury sisters are on that show. Tia and Tamara
The
Maury.
Maury. Oh, really?
Maury.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, the one. Yeah, I know
It's
which
almost,
one is on there.
it's almost like these shows just corrupt people inside out. Like as time goes on, you slowly see them decline in their moral standing. It's very weird, but hey, that's what it does. So there's that, man. Don't catch people saying stuff, but be very careful when it comes to real life. You always want to check their history. You always want to make sure that what they're saying, it's actually valid. That's what they stand for, right? So there's that. What you got for us, man?
All right, boom. We're gonna go over to Ruslan defends Hafeez. Wait, first of all, you want to hit the roommates parts first, or you want to hit the TLA first? Maybe the roommates first.
What was going on with the roommates?
We're gonna talk about it. The roommates podcast. Are they still together? Is there beef happening? What is going on with the roommates podcast? For those of you who don't know the roommates podcast, roommates are a couple of guys having a conversation, two friends talking it out on the couch.
Yeah.
They talk about variable topics from you know men's men's quality of life,
Mm-hmm.
helping men, fitness, mentally. Remember, mentally, physically, spiritually, like to grow the common man into a better human, right?
Yeah.
That's what they stand for. But lately, they haven't been posting, and lately they've been doing separate interviews. So this might raise cause or concern for some people that know them to be the roommates, and they do interviews together, and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts so far? I mean, because we're seeing them not post, and we're seeing Hafeez do his side gigs, and he has his own channel now. Both of them have their own separate channels now, and this happened probably I think last year.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing? What do you think is happening? Let's speculate a little bit. What do you think is going on with them?
Well, this is speculation because they haven't come out and said anything that's going on with them. But what is going on is they've decided to start doing different content. I actually haven't gone on their individual channels, but I do know that Chris's channel has Christian type content on there.
Right.
And that's a big switch up from what the roommates were doing. I mean, they've always centered their things around the Christian ideology, but not as focused in on something like what Chris is doing. And there's, I mean, their last content they did was a month ago. Wait, let me look at the title. It says why are men and women confused about romantic relationships? So they're still doing stuff. They're just not doing the same things that they were doing, like the red pill big topics,
Yeah. They
stuff
calmed
like
down
that.
on that.
Yeah, they've completely slowed down on that. They've moved on. But right now the red pill content is still popping. That's what's popular. That's what everyone is loving. So yeah, they've moved on, and I think that if it comes to a point where their channel starts becoming quote unquote like relevant or more popular with the things that they talk about, they're definitely going to start pouring into it because that's what they want to do. But the return on their investment, on their time invested into these things, isn't very high. So I don't think they're putting a lot of effort into it right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Chris, from when I first started noticing them doing separate videos, he was saying on like for himself that he's working on himself, sharpen himself up in in the things of God, to be exact. I guess he noticed some things about himself that he was lacking, in areas for his walk, and he said, "Hey, he want to do better." So I think he might be going on a journey of kind of getting himself renewed, getting his mind renewed and living differently from I guess when they started or how, because we know them, they ain't afraid to say they partying and all that. They probably still
Yeah.
party and all that good stuff, but I guess there's a certain limit that he went to that he realized wasn't healthy for himself. And from what he has said in a couple of videos, I'm just really paraphrasing here, is that yeah, he's working on himself and things like that. So I guess maybe they had a mutual agreement that hey, I'm gonna take some time off to get myself better, and then
Mm,
probably Hafeez is gonna take some time off to do his business thing because now he has his own separate channel, right? That he's
yeah.
doing the standard on, so he got he's doing his business stuff with his other partners, so he's branching out into a whole nother business,
Hmm.
and so maybe they're doing a thing where it's like they're planning to come back with a different formula, but it's just probably taking some time to build it. It could be, or this might be a thing where I guess we're gonna see content like how they're spewing it out, maybe every once a month or so. And that even may raise a question because when you think about these people that I guess uh do social media, you think about how do they make ends meet? You know what I mean? Like how the heck is it happening? So I'm curious. I think Chris might be doing some work on the side. Obviously, he has to be doing something on the side because they ain't making videos. The revenue's not gonna come in like that. So we know Hafeez is doing his business, so he's making ends meet through there. I'm not saying Chris isn't making ends meet. I just wonder because they're not doing videos. What's his other projects, or what is is he working outside of there? What is he doing? If he's doing his or working with his dad in the business or whatever. I'm just curious. I'm just curious what that is because I do want to see them come back and continue to do strong content. But at the same time, I don't know. Do you think Hafiz might be going off of the deep end when it comes to their group? Meaning, like, do you think Hafiz may be saying, "Oh, forget the roommates"?
Hmm. Hmm. It wouldn't make sense for him to because they've poured so much time and energy into this channel, and the channel is so dynamic. They interview lots of people that offer all kinds of different value systems and different perspectives. So I don't know exactly what he would be walking away from unless he wants to completely get rid of the channel and disassociate from this content, which wouldn't make sense. They have some of the most valuable content in terms of who they talk to, what subjects they talk about, and a man's pursuit for goals in life. I think they have some of the most genuine content out there. Of course, they themselves are not perfect. We're not talking about them as people, we're talking about the content that they produce. If you go on their channel, you watch some of the stuff, men, mating, marriage, change this before it's too late, impacting young men. Like this kind of stuff, you don't just get from just having a YouTube channel. They've interviewed dozens and dozens and dozens of people. So if he walks away, that wouldn't make sense. It would make more sense for him to come back and re-energize the channel into maybe a different dynamic, but the same kind of stuff. So I don't think he's gonna walk away.
Yeah, to answer that question too. Yeah, I don't think he's giving up on a channel, walking away or anything like that. Because some people probably might think that. I think they're probably trying to reformulate things, or maybe just taking a break and gonna come back at some point.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, it could have some some off the camera stuff that we don't know about that they need time to handle.
Yeah.
We don't know what could be the case here. It could be a lot of different things. So I do
Mm-hmm.
think they're gonna be back. Um, hopefully nothing's really wrong with
Yeah.
them together, working together. I don't think there is, but if that's clear, then they may just be taking a hiatus, or they may be reformulating, and because things change,
Right.
topics get old, and so they probably trying to figure out what direction, how they want to really kick it off, because it will suck to see them not continue, and to
Yeah.
kind of see a friendship dissipate or
Mm-hmm.
not continue through this lens.
I do agree topics do get old, but different perspectives on topics never get old because everyone has their unique perspective of wisdom or understanding of the same thing, right? We could all talk about an apple and probably say different things about the apple. So yeah,
Man,
I hope they
yeah.
they reinvigorate things, but I will say that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then also, anybody could talk about, you know, chestnuts, but the way that D talks about chestnuts is unbelievable. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that.
So this chestnut conversation that he's talking about, what happened was I found a scientific article on chestnuts, and I was talking about it, and he was so intrigued. Y'all just heard it from his mouth. He said it's unbelievable. I was like, man, why are you so like intrigued by chestnuts? What characteristics of chestnuts do you really like? He's like, man, I just love all of it. Like, man, I wish I could just eat all the chestnuts I can in the world. And I was like, dude, like these are just scientific facts about chestnuts. So that was a crazy conversation, man. But
And D did his absolute most and vigorous research on this topic. Like he went deep inside to research
I see what's going on here.
everything. It's
I,
it was fantastic.
oh, it was fantastic, huh?
No. First of all,
This is
none
live,
of
so
that.
y'all
I'm
heard
talking.
that.
I'm talking about the amount of effort he put into the research was fantastic. Was A of none.
And you liked it.
I ain't like nothing. I like these
You
cookies.
said, and what are those cookies shaped like? Chestnuts. Alrighty, let's move forward.
Hey, okay. So boom, we're moving forward. TLA, the lead attorney, thinks Ruslan XD. If you don't know who Ruslan is, he's a Christian podcaster channel, um, that tries to share truth in a modernized culture. Anyway, TLA thinks Ruslan KD defends Hafeez. So we're gonna
Mm,
see this video and to see what TLA, the lead attorney, is talking about here when Ruslan defends Hafeez. Okay,
all
so let's
right.
hop straight into the video and let's see what exactly he thinks he's defending.
I kind of defended Hafiz a bit amount, like a good a bit, whenever
I,
all of this breakdown and conversation happened about him. So I'm not even gonna front. What'd you say?
are you able to see the video?
Yeah, I pulled it up.
All right, cool.
I'm not gonna say I'm not biased. Like I'm very like that's my guy. Like I know Hafeez personally, right? I think
Oh,
Hafeez.
okay. Let's start. Okay.
I thought you said something.
No, I didn't. I'm just watching.
Hey, but he knows Hafeez personally. That's interesting. Yo,
Uh-huh.
Ruslan is like he know a lot of people, bro. He get in
Mm,
contact with a lot of people.
yeah,
Surprisingly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, man.
I,
I'm
did,
not
I
biased.
didn't know that. I didn't. Okay, so we're fine. Okay,
like,
okay,
like
okay.
I've been on his pod a couple times. He's been
I
on my
didn't know
channel.
Wait,
I
what?
didn't know this.
How, he been on Hafeez podcast. I never seen him.
Never seen him. Never seen him.
So I guess because I know Hafeez personally.
Oh,
I wonder if his
what
name
you saying?
would be Ruslan still though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I gotta research that.
right.
Personally, I also know how well read Hafeez is. And
When's the
that
last time you talked to Hafeez?
I've texted Hafeez right before he was going on to do that debate.
Listen, you've talked to me, right? I've been pretty nice.
You've been really nice. I would love
Text
to
him.
try to get you guys in the room together.
Listen, tell him. Listen, just tell him to.
I was trying to reach out to you and I couldn't find a way to get a hold of you. That's why I cut my night short and came down and it's almost midnight here. I know it's really late in Georgia. So no. I would love to do my best to get you guys together. But yeah, so again, from my experiences, Hafeez is very well read. He reads a lot. He's educated. He's been around this space for a while before it was really booming. So I just have never seen it as someone that is trying to practice the Dunning-Kruger effect with regards to men, because he's been on the same thing for a decade. He's been consistent about wanting to empower men. And maybe a decade ago, I would have been like, yeah, like what is a 20-year-old trying to tell men about? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing at 20? But I think at 31, 32, he's built a successful business. He has.
Let's stop. Let's stop for a second. You say he's been doing this for 10 years?
He's been doing men's improvement stuff for 10 years, yes.
So at 21 years old, he was doing men's improvement?
He was. I think he was blogging at that time. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he was blogging at that time. Yeah.
Are you even a man at 21? But he's doing.
I mean, that's a
Wow.
whole nother can of worms.
Wow. See, that's that BS that people try to pull on some because he started young. That's the same thing someone would say about an 18 or 16-year-old who becomes a millionaire from trading. Or what does he know?
Yeah, man. It's that. See, sorry.
You're
But
good.
that's the thing that people do a lot, and even in the cultures, many of the cultures, oh, you're too young, like it's like they use the too young thing as to not validate what it is that you're doing. Like they use that to
Discredit you.
Yeah. It's used. I've seen it used a lot as a discredit to anything that you're trying to do. Oh, you're too young to make an invention, or too young to be a star in a movie, too young to, it's that stigma, too young.
Yes.
But why is it happening then?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, continue.
Yeah. So, I don't know why he's trying to discredit him when he started out so young. People talk about, the red pill this, red pill that, or the knowledge that I dropped helped save the lives of people. That's why I do this. What if Hafeez saved lives at the age of 21? What if what he did changed the trajectory of some people's lives at the age of 21? What does the age matter? If you have knowledge and understanding, you have knowledge and understanding. You have truth, and you understand how that truth works in the real life. So it's like, what the heck?
It's crazy, and just hit me too. Like, you allowed to go to war at 18. Were you a man then or not?
Oh, you know what he would say? At the age of 21, you can go ahead and have sex with girls. But you can't talk about how men can improve at 21?
See, if you just think about some of the things that they say is good and say and say is not good when it comes to ages, it don't fit.
No.
Like, it's not consistent. Like, if you could be a man at 18 to go to war or to be in the army, what's next? What's next? If you could die,
If you could die.
or give yourself to you know what I mean? Like, why is this allowed and this not allowed?
Right.
If not the standard, but if you're allowed to do like the highest, craziest thing
Mm-hmm.
that's considered pretty wild and pretty, it's life or death pretty much.
Yeah.
If you could be in a life or death situation and be accepted at 18, why is everything else crazy, or why is everything else not acceptable? You know what I mean? Why can't you get married at 18? Why can't you Shoot, if you want to have some drinks, what about that? Why can't you know what I mean? Own a business, house, boom, boom. Like if I could sign up to if I could sign up to get popped by a missile, blown up by a missile, why can't I sign up to get it home? Why can't you know what I mean? Like it's nothing should be limited after that, bro.
Right. Like, what if men's improvement is telling men to go read a lot of books? What if that's what men improvement is? So I can't do it
Yeah,
because I'm 21. You see?
yeah, and it's just that thing that they like to use when they want to discredit and not accept um
The efforts of
the
people.
efforts. Yeah, whatever you're trying to do, it's that game of because you're young, you can't get it yet. But then it's like, okay, then when do I get it? And if I'm not getting it, it's not gonna be a flip of
No.
flip of a switch when you turn a certain age and then you
No.
just get knowledge. You gotta progress there, right?
Right.
So if
Right.
you're not starting then, it's not going to just happen when you get there. You
Exactly.
gotta you gotta be
Exactly.
developing. You know what I mean? And you could
Exactly.
have been developing up to 18, and 18 you could have been at a milestone that is pretty valuable to give to others. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it's really not that complicated on why it could be acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
Guys,
That's a whole nother can of worms.
and it
But-
hasn't stopped. I mean, it's
He
like
hasn't
now it's on
stopped.
the marriage, and he's been married a year.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, I don't see Hafeez giving marriage advice. I would agree someone that's newlywed shouldn't be giving marriage advice. I do think it's fair for someone that's newlywed to help train men how to be prepared to be a mate. So I think they're two different things. I believe he's doing more of the latter than the former. But if you're hearing something different, then that's something that maybe we could unpack, or people can point me to specific times where he said, I'm trying to give marriage advice, right? But I think that's kind of where I'm at with it. But hey, man, I think this is why conversations and talking to older men such as yourself, I think are fruitful. I think it's beneficial. And I don't think my ego is not too bruised to be like, yeah, man, like lead attorney was right on prenups. Changed my mind on prenups. Wow, I walked away. I learned something. I don't have access like this. Most people don't have access like this. And I think when you broke it down for me, I agreed. And so I don't know if Hafeez would be like unreasonable or unwilling to concede points. He's always been extremely humble and teachable in our interactions. That again, that's my perception though, and I'm biased. Full discretion.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you telling us that you're biased, but I agree with you. He seems like a reasonable guy. He seems like a nice guy. I mean, reasonable. I don't know, but he certainly seems like a nice guy.
So tell me what your biggest beef with Hafeez is, because I know you agree on some things with him, but what is it? Because I don't quite understand. I understand the first time around why there was all the
oh, hold on.
videos and
Dang, I'm looking at the cash or the donation, $500. Dang. Like I was looking
man.
at it, but it didn't hit me until just that $500 donation. Who is this?
I didn't even see it. AV to the
Doggone
seventh
it.
power. I had no idea.
I don't even know, man. Shoot, seventh power in my bank.
Wow.
PRs. I understand. Well, why now do you still kind of have this hostile? Is it just as simple as like you feel like he's speaking to married men and he shouldn't? Is that kind of
It's emptiness. Ruslan is empty. Everything he says it's empty. You can listen to that. You can listen to an hour of that damn this video right here, and what is he really saying that's beneficial to men? He's saying, oh, well, I just want to help men, in their relationships. I want to help men in their marriages. I want to help men become, good fathers and good husbands. I want to help men and empower men and teach. Like, what value is it to say that without actually saying the specific thing?
Hold on a second.
And if you
I don't know what this guy's problem is though. His channel has over 7 years of doing podcasts with authors, writers, bloggers, like well-known people. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know what he's talking about. That interview, that specific podcast with Valuetainment City or something. Like, I always get their name wrong. That was the debate. That wasn't for Hafeez to come and teach people, right? Am I wrong here?
Yeah, now that was more like topical, the debate type of, yeah, with just pearly things.
That was a very, very specific podcast that they did. So I don't know what his problem. I don't know if he's seen any of his other content. With, well, what is it, Mary Jo Rapini or something like that. Hafeez loves that lady, but like
Mary Jo Rapini.
Rapini, yeah. I don't know, man. Don't quote me on names. I'm bad with names, but I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea. It just seems like he doesn't like him.
Yeah, possibly. I haven't watched enough of TLA stuff, so I have no idea how this guy really is when it comes to certain.
I'm talking about from what he's saying right now, because I don't really watch his stuff either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying it from
Yeah,
what
I
he's
mean,
saying right now.
yeah, it could come off that way for sure. But I'm just saying to the audience as well that I haven't watched enough of this stuff to know like how this guy might get down. Cause we, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
On that one.
Oh, that's all. That's all for that video.
No, I think it still got a couple more seconds.
Okay, let's
or
get it.
a minute.
You listen to the first thing that when you listen to the debate that he had with just pearly things, the initial one, it was so disappointing. Like it was just complete word salad. He didn't, to my recollection, he didn't say one thing that was beneficial to men that Pearl had not stated before. Pearl would he would ask Pearl a question like, what's your idea on this? And then Pearl would give the idea, and he'd say, yeah, that's my idea too. And he's okay, well, what do you think about this? And Pearl would say, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that too. There was no originality. There was no, you're saying that he's so well read. You cannot point to two places in that whole 3-hour interview where it's reflective of him being well read. In fact, that first interview that he did would contradict what you're saying about him being well read. Now, can you be well read and just not be able to communicate what you are reading? Yes. But then why are you supposedly teaching men anything if you are unable to communicate? Right?
Yeah, again, that first time I agree. I think he was flustered. I think he was unexpected.
When there's
And again, I would tell this attorney guy, hey, go watch some of their roommates' content and then come back and say that he hasn't taught anyone anything.
The attorney coming for you.
For me,
/us.
I'm just saying, aren't I just stating facts? All I'm saying is go watch their channel and then say that he did. I'm not saying lead attorney sucks, he's stupid. No, I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying what he's saying right now isn't validated by all the content the roommates have done in the past. That's all. So he's just speaking on one or two things. And I will say, Hafeez did act pretty weird on the just pearly things. I've said that before. I'm going to say it again. He I don't know what he was
talking about when he went on our show. He said,
debate with her.
Well, he was like, "Oh, you say what the content?" So, let's.
I'm giving you content. That's what you said you wanted.
That line was killing me, man. He said, "You say what the fire content?" So we're doing it. He talks fast.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. That's Hafeez, man. Shouts out to Hafeez.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm doing a shout out, but he's doing his standard for men business. So y'all go check it out with his suits. He's gonna come up with a fly suit. I would say the suits are pretty nice fitted. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna lie on that. But let's move to the next one. You want to hit the 5 tips on the?
No, let's continue with the lead attorney actually. So.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Yeah, because you got one. Yeah, let's go.
This next video is talking about the lead attorney says some married men should cheat. I get it. I know you're like, what?
That's just crazy.
Why would it ever make sense for a man to cheat? That's the most ridiculous thing.
I want to hear this.
Coming from a Christian standard, like even a genius could never come up with a nuanced list of how people or when they can cheat. Go ahead. What do you think?
Oh, doggy. I was reading Proverbs
Hey, let's hear it.
last night, or I think this morning,
Yeah, let's
and it
hear it,
says
man.
something very. It says something
It
very.
says some.
Listen, it
It,
says something very tasty. I'm gonna
it,
read it from Proverbs. I actually wrote down notes. Proverbs 5, I think
shoot.
18. Oh yeah,
Let
from
it.
let's start from 15 ongoing. So um Proverbs 5, starting from verse 15, it says, drink the. So this is talking about enjoying your marriage, right?
Mm.
It's verse 15. Drink water from your own cistern, aka, if you can't know, if you don't know what the freak, what's the word? It started with an A, but if you don't know what it's really referencing, it's referencing your person, right? Your husband or wife, whichever it is.
Yeah.
Drink water from your own cistern, water flowing from your own well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should your spring flow in the streets of water in the public squares, right? So in
Mm-hmm.
other words, this shouldn't be out for anybody else,
Mm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. They should be for you alone and not for you to share with strangers.
Mm.
Now, it's not talking about an actual well or water. It's not this is I can't for it's hyper is it hyperbole? I can't remember the word, but it's giving you a picture of something else. Verse 17. They should be for you alone and not for you to share with strangers.
Mm.
Let your fountain be blessed and take pleasure in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful fawn. Let her breast always satisfy you, right?
Yeah.
Be lost in her love forever. Why, my son, would you be infatuated with a forbidden woman? Here's what we talking about. Why, my son,
Mm.
would you be infatuated with a forbidden woman for?
Mm.
Right?
Yes.
Or embrace the breast of a stranger.
Yep.
And this goes against when people are like, "Oh, you can have multiple wives. It's in the Bible." Who said that was good for you?
Yep.
You didn't say that. It said one
Uh-huh.
right here. It's like, why you going to a stranger breast? Why
Yeah.
you having multiple? Hey, the screen is black.
Oh shoot. That's my bad. I was pulling up another verse actually. As you were reading that, it reminded me of a verse that I was reading today. But yeah, go and finish what you were saying.
And it says, yeah, so why, verse 20, why, my son, would you be infatuated with a forbidden woman or embrace the breast of a stranger? It's like, I'm gonna stop right there, but that's what, like, don't go nowhere else. You have one,
You have
keep
one.
one.
Keep one.
One is fantastic.
Man.
Okay? Man.
I always say this. If a mother has a son and the son is the most ridiculously foolish person in the world, she can't leave him to go find another son. That's exactly what marriage is like. A covenant means more than a son to a mother. Like, that's my son, that's my blood. Yes, that is your blood. But also a covenant means more than a blood relative. It means more. People can't get that through their heads. It means more than a blood relative. That's why it's not just a piece of paper. So let me share my screen here. Let me see if this screen can be shared.
Oh yeah, I never shared the screen.
Yeah.
But y'all go look it up in Proverbs 5, starting at verse 15.
All right. So I was reading Matthew 19, verse 8. And this is when, some people came to Christ and they asked him. So this is in the middle of the conversation. Please go back and read the whole Matthew chapter 19 if you want to get the idea of this. But people came to him and said, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorce to put away their wife? Right? This, man, I was reading in King James, so we're gonna have to stick with that. And
King James is crazy.
yeah, as
Doth thou
well.
saith?
Yeah.
You might not even understand.
So Christ said, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. Right? So because people were just stubborn, people just wanted things their own way. Moses was like, all right, y'all can do this divorce thing that you want so bad. You could go ahead and do it. He says, but from the beginning it was not so. Right? Divorce wasn't really a thing from the beginning. And I say unto you, whoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, which is adultery, unless your wife or your husband commits adultery, you cannot divorce, and shall marry another, committed adultery. Isn't that crazy? So if you divorce your significant other, your wife or your husband, and there has been no adultery in the marriage, y'all are still married. And whoever marries you commits adultery. Oh man. So yeah, we're divorced, we signed the papers, but then someone goes and sleeps with your ex-wife, they have committed adultery. That person has committed adultery. That's crazy. And whoso marrieth her which is put away doeth commit adultery. Yep. So if someone else marries a wife who's divorced from you, even though there was no fornication, that person commits adultery, even if they didn't, sleep together at all until they got married. Right. And then the disciples are like, all right, then I guess no one should marry then. And Christ says, all men cannot receive this saying. Say they to whom it is given. Right. So unless this wisdom is given to you, you will not understand. He said, for there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's wombs, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there were eunuchs which have made eunuchs themselves for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. Now I need you to keep me honest on this one, right? Is Christ saying that there are people who do not involve themselves in sexual intimacy their whole lives, being born, being made by men, and for the kingdom of God? Like, they don't have sex at all. So he's basically saying, don't make it about sex that you commit adultery. Let's not make it about that, because there are some people who have just put it away. So sex isn't the issue here. It's your heart. What do you think?
About the adultery part.
No. His disciples said unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Because Christ says that if you divorce and there's no fornication, whomever marries you, they're committing adultery now. And the disciples are like, all right, if that's the case, I guess no one should marry. And Christ was like,
after the fact of that happening, right?
yeah.
You mean? So what I think about that rule?
Wait. What do you mean by after the fact of that happening?
So after the fact that they divorce, right, and they can't remarry,
mm-hmm.
because of the non-adulterous acts. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So after that, at that point, they can't remarry because of it being adultery after that. So what I think about that?
And then his disciples were like, all right, so if we divorce and it's not because of fornication, dang, I guess no one can divorce, so then no man should marry. And then Christ says that they're eunuchs. They're people who've made themselves eunuchs. They're people who are born eunuchs. And they're people who have been made eunuchs by men. So he's saying that they're people who don't have sex. So why are you so focused on sex? That's what I think Christ is saying there.
Yeah, I think it might be a reference to well, not a reference, but a statement to saying we can survive without it.
There you
You
go.
know what I mean? You can still live without those even the physical parts,
There you go.
Unfortunately, we don't want to hear that, but there are people out there. So I think it was emphasizing that part, like you were
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. I think that's exact. Some men will say my wife isn't, having sex with me anymore. Man, I need to leave her. Huh?
But but hey, we're going into a different realm over here.
No, we're not actually.
We're
That's
not.
what this
Oh,
video has to do about. So let's jump straight
oh,
into it.
and then we can get into the tits, but yeah, but for those who have, wait a minute, no, but let's go. I'm
All
about to say
right,
something.
we could talk about this all day. This
All
is a
right.
great topic. All right.
Why are you cheating when you get a divorce? Just divorce her. You're gonna be
See,
like, oh well.
right there, right there. You see how easy
See how
it was.
easy it
And
is.
hold on, this guy is not even. I don't believe he's a Christian, right?
No, heck no.
Yeah, yeah. See,
He
for
he
people,
he's way too smart to be a Christian, man. He was a lawyer.
yeah,
Come
wait,
on, man.
yeah. Yeah, it is you know when you don't value. I'm not gonna say too much here, but you could just see the difference of value that people who know what marriage is versus people that may not know what marriage. And I'm not talking about know what marriage is contractually.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about covenantally. Like
Mm.
how God made it. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? People that don't value that part of it only gonna look at the contractual part because that's the only part that they would value
Mm-hmm.
because they don't value God's words, so it don't matter.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
only what they can see. And the other side of things. So it makes sense, but of course you would say that if you don't know what God says about it.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad we went over the verse that you talked about and the one that I just talked about, because if we didn't do that, you wouldn't understand how conniving what this man is saying is. He may not be conniving, but the things that we say as people without really knowing knowledge, without having knowledge, can sometimes be more detrimental, even though we mean well.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna take half. That's what you agreed to when you married her.
Johnson, why are you?
So now marriage is this whole like, y'all divorce, she gets half, right? Instead of staying in it and going through the suffering. It's as though like suffering through marriage is anything different than suffering through trying to make your business succeed, or suffering through college, or suffering through the bars, or the biggest exams of your life. Like, you don't sleep, you don't eat, all you do is study. Your life is a mess because you're so focused on studying. But when it comes to marriage, if there are problems that are persisting, just leave. That's done. There's no suffering through it.
Did you get a prenup? No, I didn't have anything back then. Well, there you go. Divorce her. If she makes you unhappy, whether she's sleeping with you or not, or disrespecting you or not, or whatever she's doing or not doing, if you are unhappy and you look down the road and you're like, man, this is not getting any better, just divorce her. The
Dang.
fuck are you cheating? Divorce her and start living your life. Be free. You don't have.
So here's that part. He said, divorce her and don't cheat. But we just read that if you divorce without there being cheating in the marriage, whomever you marry, you and that person are both committing adultery. Both of you are still cheating, because the problem isn't the contract being annulled or, put away. It's the covenant being broken. The covenant, y'all need to get this. The covenant. Oh, well, we're not Christians, we don't even recognize the covenant. So then why get married? Why not just go live with the woman? Oh, because there are laws around it. Why are there laws around it? Why does the law care so much? But anyway, man, you have something to say?
I was thinking, dang, I had a thought, it went away.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, it was from what something he said. But then I think something you said, but Let's continue the video. Probably
Let's
gonna
do it.
come back.
All right.
Have any kids? You don't have any kids. Be free. Why are you still in the house with her?
Well, I paid for the house. Well, the judge is not going to give you the house, but you know, maybe y'all can sell it and split the equity 50-50. But
Oh, I
what
remember.
happens, guys,
Sorry, real quick.
when
Yes.
About the how he's basically telling you the cheat part. You know, telling you directly to do what God says not to do,
Yes.
and whether you realize it or not, when you do that, your life is not gonna be as smooth as you want it to be. You know what I mean? Like, there's reasons why God tells us not to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It's really for our benefits, and He's telling you to do something that feels beneficial in the moment, but then what's coming out of the ground from that, what you're gonna reap from that, it's not gonna be anything you could enjoy.
It's funny too because just like a parent, when we were young, our parents would tell us stuff. They were like, "Dang, like, why are you still bugging me about this? Like, stop saying this." And then we're like, 25, 26, and we're like, "Oh yeah, what my mom and dad said they were so right. Like, dang, they were right about this." And people come about the same way about the Bible. The Bible says a whole bunch of stuff that you're like, shut up. And then when you actually, when you actually sit down and think about it, you're like, wait a second, that actually makes sense. Why?
It makes sense. It's practical stuff.
Very practical.
Man.
Why do we say that, women in this Western world and all over the world, it's mostly the Western world. The women here are becoming less quality, less valuable. They're becoming, prostitutes and whores and what have you.
Prostates.
Yeah, becoming prostates. But in the same breath, you're gonna tell a man.
Hold on, wait. So I just thought of something. They're in a prostate state. Crazy.
But in the same breath, you're gonna talk about how you could get divorced. Or how you could get divorced and what constitutes cheating. So we haven't gone to when you can cheat part. This is the list. If y'all are seeing this is the list that this man has for you to be able to cheat, right? So he says first you have to be married, okay? 2, the husband has to be paying the majority of the household bills, at least 51% and over. Very smart guy. Remember, this is an attorney. He's a lawyer. He's very smart. He knows numbers. So marriage has to do with your bills and how much money you bring to the table. So if the man is super rich and stuff, well, you as a man, you have to make more than her. So do not go after that woman because she will make cheating hard for you. 3, the wife must be capable to have intimacy, but unwilling to do it with the husband. So she's able to. There's nothing wrong with her. She's in good health, but she just doesn't want to, right? And then lastly, the husband and the wife must have 1 or more children if you want to cheat. And that's where he was saying that if y'all don't have children, just get divorced. So if you meet these things on this list right here, you should be able to cheat.
How many? 4?
Yeah.
Wait, also, so you should be or shouldn't be?
You should be able to cheat. Because if you, number 4, if you have at least 1 or more children, you can't just leave your family. You have to become a deadbeat dad. You can't just leave the family. So you become a deadbeat dad by cheating on your wife, and that the marriage is still solid and strong.
Let me get a number 1.
Yeah. So this whole time, that's all he's talking about. Like, I'm so smart. I think outside the box. No one has ever talked about this like this. And these are the reasons why you should be able to cheat in your marriage as a man. Wow. If you guys realize how demonic this thought process is, completely desiring to destroy marriage in its entirety. That's what this is right now. You have anything to say before we move forward though? That's all about one.
Yeah, and then like another thing that just hit my head, that he said is like, if you feel like she's not doing this, if you feel like
If you feel
that's what it's based off of.
Yeah.
If she's not doing it for you, if you feel like it's not going well, if you feel like this is the problem, the feel like is always gonna change.
Yep.
You know.
Sure is.
It's like that's the basis of what she's saying these things from.
But
and that's where the destruction comes from mostly.
I mean, I get it though. If the woman isn't doing stuff that, you know, married couples are supposed to be doing, you know, the roles and doing things around the house, it can be extremely difficult. I'm not denying
Oh
that.
yes, and I didn't say that to exclude feelings, but I was just emphasizing that to show what it's based off of, and what it's based off of, and I guess the grounds, you know, is yeah, that's I guess my head just dropped everything I was thinking, but just go ahead.
All right. That's pretty much it for this video. That's the bulk of this video. Man, I'm glad we brought in those passages, man. Thank God for that. But
yeah, man, hold on, that sounded like something that I was reading, and yeah, it was. You know, because the cheating thing is non-negotiable, man.
Heck no, for man or woman. You as a leader
Both
in
sides.
the house, how are you gonna be able to cheat, but then your followers can't emulate what the leader's doing? The hypocrisy. It disgusts me, man. Anyway, but yeah, what you got next for us, man? What you got?
Hey,
next
man,
for us?
talking about, you know, if you want to cheat, there's that, and the third. We're not even going to the cheating side, but we're talking 5 sex tips that will change your life. Okay, this is coming from XO Marriage, from YouTube. They have podcast channel. David Ashley Willis are known for the sex tips, sex naked marriage podcast they have. So this is 5 tips from David Ashley Willis from the XO Marriage podcast. Let's hop into it and see what tips they got.
I wonder if I know them.
The video. Yeah, you probably seen them before. The video is a bit lengthy. We could probably skip through, because they do have I think they do have chapters so that we can skip through. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
We're already at an hour today. That was quick.
Yeah.
Never seen them.
Give the people what they want. Here are the top sex tip clips.
We're gonna get real personal. And
You can kiss them, you can nibble on them.
why do you need a safe word? That's what I want to know. What are you doing to each other?
Yes, I just said.
And maybe they won't
Huh?
be into it. Maybe they'll be like, "That's really weird."
How much do you think your car is worth?
I missed what she said there. But all
Oh
right.
yeah, she bleeped it. Boy, they bleeped that.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I don't know what they said there, but let's see.
The safe word thing.
It's not why do you need a safe word? That's what I want to know. What are you doing to each other?
Watch out!
Where you need a special word other than
Yeah,
just
crazy.
stop.
If anybody doing the DDT or whatever that move was inside the thing,
Hey,
I need to stop playing, man.
That's what you like though, because you like your lady strong. Hey, if you guys haven't watched our podcast, you should go watch our podcast, and we talk about how this dude loves the ladies with the strong necks. You know, the necks that look like tree stumps.
That is crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's his
I don't know.
favorite.
He got strong necks on his mind. He got strong necks on his mind.
Stupid.
Or
To
I
make
don't
it
like
stop.
that. That hurts.
Why do you have to yell Philadelphia to make it?
Did he just say Philadelphia
Yeah, as a safe word.
instead of Philadelphia?
Oh, let's go back. Let's see.
Need a special word other than just stop
Or
to
I
make
don't
it
like
stop.
that. That hurts.
Why do you have to yell Philadelphia to make it?
Bro, he said Philadelphia,
That's actually
like
kind of
village.
like a long word.
Right. Yeah.
But
That's a lot. Yeah.
if you watch The Office, foliage was
foliage.
I mean,
I just don't get it.
I don't understand.
It's a
the reason
hilarious
behind
concept.
the safe word.
But I'm also concerned for you if you're doing things to one another that are so painful and bizarre that you have to have a special word other than just, hey, stop.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You know, I don't know. But communicate, right?
Question about that. Like, what do you think about that? Is it necessary to have a safe word?
No, safe words are for like when you're at a sketchy place and you feel like something dangerous is gonna happen to you, and you're like, oh, rubber bands, and you know your people know the dip, but not for intimacy. What?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're in the hood or something. You're in a bad part of town.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But not inside the room.
No, man.
Not inside the room.
Unless that's what y'all like, then that's on you guys.
That's crazy, bro.
That's right.
What
is it, sweetie?
What is it?
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing it right now.
So, talk sexy?
No. I'm building anticipation. That's right. My sex tip for the day is to prolong the foreplay and the anticipation leading up. To spend a little more time.
I feel like Barry White should be playing right now, like.
Yeah, baby.
Or no, Marvin Gaye, like, let's get it on.
I've been really trying, baby.
What the heck?
Make that a little longer,
the world?
caress a little longer. Like, and even when you feel ready to jump into the act, and I think especially, you know, in our season, like there's kids, and you know, we look at everything in life, and like, okay, let's do this, let's check something off, let's get it done. But to prolong getting there, even when you both feel ready to do it, to just take a little bit longer with the warm-up, with the anticipation, and that will heighten the experience for both of you. So
There you go.
anticipation makes the heart grow fonder, and it also makes
Oh, gosh.
other things.
Yeah, I know, right? So I will say this is where some men are like, oh, she doesn't respond to anything that I do anymore. You know, she's just not interested in me anymore. It seems like men just lose their ability to know how to be with women when they get married. So, you know, my quick tip is if your wife is acting as though she's not really interested in you anymore, like, where's your creativity, man? You know what I'm saying? One way you could go about it is, you know, just do stuff to her and not even care. You know, when you're walking by her, touch her, kiss her, grab her somewhere, and just don't even care.
he said grab her somewhere.
And don't even care about what comes next. Right?
Sorry, my bad.
You're good. Don't do that stuff and like, ooh, I hope she responds. No. Just do that stuff to, you know, arouse her, turn her on, and then just be on your way. Don't be standing there expecting like, ooh, yeah, like, ooh, she gonna kiss me, ooh, yeah. Nah, dude. You gotta be a G in your home. You know, do stuff,
bro, man.
Walk away, you know?
Exactly, man. They'll be like, oh, did you like that? Or
yeah,
was it too... What you doing all these calculations for, bro?
Dude, man, where's your creativity?
You
where's
should,
your
and then
yeah,
and then to add to what D is saying is like, yeah, you gotta. That's why you gotta keep on dating. You know what I mean? You gotta keep on doing stuff fun. You know, change it up. You know, do spontaneity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do that, and yes, you know, although, yeah, I think that's why people say that. You know, continue to date because it's very important to keep that spark a flame. You know, you gotta be able to do stuff and have fun together. That's very solid.
I will cover my tracks in saying that if she's just flat out like, you're disgusting, don't touch me, that's a problem. You should seek help.
Yeah, why? Like, if you married, y'all should be disgusting together. Be nasty together, man. Huh?
Nothing, man. That's all you. That is all you, brother.
Yeah, bro. But y'all free. So y'all be free. Y'all be freaky. You know what I mean?
You're silly tonight, man. You must say that someone was in that cookie, man. Something was
these the fun cookies.
Those are the chestnut cookies, right?
Well, I think this one it could be very helpful to a lot of people, and that is lubrication. Yes, I just said lubrication. And that you don't have to necessarily use what you see in the store, okay? Like, people don't know this necessarily, but a lot of people, they don't publicly talk about this, but there are a lot of people out there that are allergic to, like, KY jelly and the oils, the his and her oil and stuff. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy that too. But I think that it's made with stuff that maybe is irritable to some people, and that'll definitely kill the mood, if you know what I mean. So I would say, like, consider some more natural options like coconut oil. You know, obviously don't use it if you're allergic to coconuts, but there's safflower oil, and there's others. You can do your research. You know, there's others. So literally you can buy it in like the cooking section. A lot of doctors recommend these more natural options.
And they're cheaper too, because you're paying this premium upcharge for all the advertising around like the kind of name brand
and all the chemicals.
Lubes, but cooking oil.
Yeah, bro, all those chemicals mess up your pH balance and all that. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably why people it's not working, because the chemicals is messing the hormones how they're supposed to function and probably freaking it up.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oils are super cheap, and I'm telling you, like, it's natural. There's a very low chance you're allergic. They work great.
Good job. You know, as we age, a lot of times you may not have needed lube in the past, but you might need it.
But hold on, just real quick. Coconut oil, though, it sounds strange, but I guess shoot, if it's natural, and it does the job. I guess so.
Yeah.
Like when a woman is going through menopause, I'm not quite there yet, but from my friends who have been through this, they talk about this. And so, you know, there's no shame in that. Like, just get what you need to make it a more pleasurable experience for both of you.
You see this little device right here? Well, I'm going to
I submit to your sexual expertise.
I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination.
It is that you tell me to do right now.
Oh my gosh.
I submit to that.
You are so silly. Okay, we've talked about like generalities in sex, but I'm actually going to give you an actual like tip to try with your spouse, okay? And that is, don't neglect the earlobes. Don't neglect the earlobes, okay? You may have not thought about this.
An often overlooked erogenous zone.
It's an erogenous zone, you guys. Like these.
Huh?
What? What I did? I didn't
take that out.
Oh Lord.
So
help us. They are cheesy.
So this is so wrong. Okay, earlobes. You can kiss them. You can nibble on them. Do a lot with an earlobe that is going to enhance your sexual experience. Okay, you may not have known this.
All right, we get it, man. On to the next one, man. On to
the next one.
Yeah, why you like listening to this stuff, man? What's wrong with you?
Hey, it's tips.
I know. I'm just messing around, man. The way, but you were just listening to this earlobe thing, man. You were zoned in.
Oh Lord. You know, they might have had some secret moves. I don't know.
Nah, man, ain't no secret.
I know we talked about time of day, but I think you also need to think about the place. And I know for some people, when it comes to a hotel room, there are some people where that is like exciting.
Well, as soon as I get to the hotel, we both look at the bed of the hotel with equal excitement, but it's for different reasons.
Yes.
Ashley looks at the bed and she's like, yes, nap. And I look at the bed and I'm like, yes, sex. And so,
yeah. Hey, I think at least good well over 75% of men when they get to the hotel room with their wives or whatever, they like, is this comfortable enough to get down, and dirty in, or we are thinking about sleep, but that's not first most of the time. I think it's like, is it soft enough for action or no?
Yep.
And I think that's hilarious that he said that. He said,
we have to navigate those different expectations.
Well, because I like our bed, and I feel like there's a comfort in it being my own bed.
I like any setting with
Dave is not alone. Like
children
hotel
not
rooms,
around.
right?
I think it's like there's no distraction. It's new. Let's just jump in, right? Let's christen this place.
Right, but here's.
Oh Lord, okay.
All right. Nah, nothing, man.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
Those are cool tips. And,
yeah.
You know, you'll notice that at the end of the day, there's a lifelong journey in having sex with one person. It's a lifelong thing. It goes like this. goes like this. But what some men want is this, right? And then you move on to the next girl, and then it's this again, and then it's this again. They don't.
They want multiple.
Yeah.
They want multiple elevations or ascensions.
Right, with no dips. Right, I need something
with
new
no
all
dips.
the time. And I will say,
with no breaks.
Yes, I will say that's the natural inclination of a man, but not all natural inclinations are to our benefit. Right, so men will say, "Oh, I just want different women all the time, and I should be able to because I can do my thing multiple times." Well, you can also murder multiple people at a time if you have those inclinations. Does that mean it's right, or should you bridle that inclination and put it in the right situation, such as if someone hurts your family member, that then gives you the right to go ahead and put someone down real quick. There's a different place and time for everything, and I think that whole men thing where they want different women and different flavors and stuff, it's a disgusting human desire that we have. And we have a lot of human desires that some will say, yeah, we think it, but it doesn't make it right.
Yeah, so that was our last video of the night. Is there anything else?
Man, I wanted to do the Neanderthal ones, but I guess we might not have time to.
If you want to hit it, I'm willing to extend some time. I'm willing to hit it, man.
All right. So this will be a quick one then. So this video has to do with the scientific evidence and education for Neanderthals. Neanderthals were looked at as these people / animals that were merged over time and became this in-between thing. So they have found fossils, they have found tools, clothes, things that these Neanderthals have built. Let's take a quick look, listen to this video, and then we will move on with the discussion.
Let's see what they got for us. Oh, no.
Did I share Arv? How did that happen?
You shared the.
Yeah.
I started hearing myself and everything.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right.
It came up. All right, there we go.
And what this study shows is that most humans have a bit of Neanderthal in them, which is no surprise to us. Guess what? They were human. And it just confirms what we've been saying all along. But Roger, going back to what you were talking about, what makes us human, it's more than just the anatomy. And yes, there are anatomical differences between humans and apes, but what's even a bigger distinction is that human beings are made in the image of God. Okay, so that is the greatest distinction, whereas the animals, including the apes, are not made in God's image. So that's what separates us from them more than anything else.
Yeah, and then just going back real quick, if you guys aren't familiar, it's that whole false narrative that says that Neanderthals are a different species or kind, based on that evolutionary worldview, whereas in the biblical worldview, we would expect to have that kind of overlap because we're all one race, one blood, like it says in Acts 17:26. And he made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth. So really, we're all one human race. We're all made in the image of God, all with equal value. And I just love hearing this paper. They say, clearly the origin of humankind was more complex than previously thought. So, they're having to rewrite the whole story again. It's not expecting it in the evolutionary worldview because essentially evolutionists, they believe that, we evolved differently from the modern humans and Neanderthals. Later, they came to interbreed with each other. And
you throw Denisovans and Cro-Magnon and all the others in there.
Yeah, exactly. So they're confused from the evolutionary worldview, but bottom line, from the biblical worldview, this is something really we would expect.
Yeah. It's not that confusing. We go back to Adam.
Yeah. I'll go back to Adam and Eve. Yeah,
pretty straightforward.
And if we think about this, biologically speaking, one of the key definitions for a species are organisms that can interbreed with one another. They're not geographically separated. So basically what this paper has done is shown us that these organisms can interbreed with one another, and they were not necessarily geographically separated if they're able to do so. And so to call them two different species even defies the definition, the typical definition that we use of species in biology, although we'll put a little asterisk there and say the definition can change, and how we define that is kind of a man-made idea. But using a biblical framework, we are all one race in Adam. We all come from one blood, just like Paul says.
All right. I think I want to stop there. Um, so basically, what they're saying is they found some evidence for Neanderthals, and you see some pictures, and they've kind of almost drawn these pictures to make Neanderthals look like people, right? Um, let's see. Let me go to this.
Yeah, I mean, just the whole idea is like when you think about the evolution side, well, like if evolution is evolution, why don't we see any evolution happening, man?
Yes. So
Except for this destruction of the earth.
yeah, right. So here they have Lucy. Lucy was this skull structure that they found, and they wanted to basically make the narrative that we and monkeys at some point were connected and we became humans and monkeys stayed monkeys.
They be lying out here,
So
Lucy.
yes, so
Get out of
they
here.
actually reconstructed Lucy's skull and basically her skeleton to have human like traits. This is
But they
so
did.
weird. This is so weird. So Lucy was a lie, and then
Lucy is a lie.
Lucy is a lie. But then you
Lucy
go,
is Lucifer.
yeah, right. Hey,
Right?
so you go to pictures of Neanderthals. Don't these people look like just human beings who just look
Oh, let me
different?
look. Yeah, man. Come on. Like, we gotta stop playing these games.
Right? What
We
what
gotta stop evolution games, bro.
what part of these people look like apes? Even this guy. Like he just looks like a
Bro, that's a
different
guy.
ethnicity.
Exactly, bro. They just, yeah, man.
What? So
Yeah.
they keep trying to push the Neanderthals were actually, from the monkey family and were
Yeah.
like the evolved form of Neanderthals. And it's like,
Get out of
dude,
here. I'm tired.
y- we we have evidence that they created tools, they had clothes on. What monkey have you seen that created tools and has clothes? A monkey will take a coconut and smash it on a rock till it breaks and then it just drinks the water. It doesn't create a tool to crack into the rock, into the coconut and drink the water. Um, you have people like this. Have you seen these people before?
No, but they're beautiful people.
Melanesians, black African people with blonde hair. Some of them
That's
have
cool, man.
very cool.
What?
Yeah.
I never seen them, bro.
Isn't it crazy? Like
That's tight.
people can just look different.
That is pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Natural blonde hair? That
Natural
is
blonde
tight.
hair. Natural blonde hair, bro. It's
And
crazy.
yeah, that's tight, man.
I know, right? It is pretty
Wow.
daggone cool, man. And then this last picture that I came across, this is a Native American. Look how he looks. If you took a normal white man and put him next to the Native American, you could say that yes,
He was
we
a
evolved
Neanderthal.
from him. Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the narrative that we oftentimes get from science, it surprises me that people don't question it as much as we question things that come from Christianity.
Like people will question something practical, but if it's practical and from the Bible, oh no,
No,
that's
that's a
that's
no-go.
out of the question.
That's a
But
no-no.
if they would rather question something that's practical and that's from the Bible, rather than question something that's theoretical
Yeah.
but from science.
Yes. Yep. And
Hey, bro, that's clearly. Let me just calm down. It's too late. That's clearly just what the heck was I talking about? That's clearly just going against uh logical reasoning.
yes.
Like just because you disagree where it's coming from, you want to cut it off altogether. It's like when, for example, when somebody that you don't like tell you something that is right to do, but because it's coming from them and you don't like them, you're just gonna disregard it because it came from them. That's what people are doing.
Yeah.
They're because they don't like the Bible and God, the stuff that makes sense for you and the stuff that actually help you, that is talking about, you're disregarding it because it's coming from the Bible. but science could tell you something stupidly
And then you'll
that don't
believe
make
it.
no sense, and you want to believe it,
Yes.
and you won't get any benefits from it,
Yes.
even.
Yes. Yes. I've seen some of the smartest people on YouTube talk about evolution and why we have bigger brains and why babies look the way they do. I'm like, do you know how silly you guys sound right now? Talking about we evolved to have big, we could, because we can just want to have big brains and hands, and we'll have them. What would I even want to say? But no, yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, people do have to take a step back. And Christians that believe that, Neanderthals were a thing and we evolved from monkeys, just take a step back and think about what the Bible said, that God created Adam and Eve. He didn't create monkeys to evolve into Adam. He created Adam and Eve from the beginning as human beings. So if you believe in evolution as a Christian, that's a really tough point to stand on and argue for, and at the same time say that God created human beings. Because we believe in evolution, God didn't create human beings. We just came from monkeys because we wanted to evolve. We were the smart monkeys that wanted to evolve. So there's just that, man. I just wanted to share that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. It's like we already know we can expand this conversation into a whole big, its own thing. So, shoot, maybe probably next time or some point we could hit this deep into other subgroups of topics and stuff like that.
Cool.
Well, yeah, man. Shoot, I think we did it.
We did it, man.
That is it for the show, man. If you have anything you want to comment, man, and you missed us on the live, drop it down in the comment section below. Hit us, share your thoughts, anything that stood out to you that's interesting. Say what's up, even if you want to. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. It is free. All that good stuff, man. What else? What other announcements do we have?
That's it, man. We'll try to. I don't even know if we should say Wednesdays anymore. We stream once.
I
a
know,
week.
pretty much. You just saying that for just we're used to it, I guess.
Yeah, I know. We stream once a week. Okay, so
yeah.
Catch us at some point. All right. But with that being said, thank you guys for joining us.
Make sure you have your post notifications turned on, because then you'll know when we go live. And we usually go live around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There you go.
There you go. All right. Thank you guys for joining. Send us your videos for us to react to, and we will catch you guys next time. Pieces.